Hello there. Thanks for joining us again on another episode on Good Morning Africa, reaching you from your favorite station, Housing TV Africa, in the nation's capital, Abuja. Good Morning Africa is a show where we discuss current issues in the country or beyond Nigeria. I am your lovely host, Confidence Ruben, and with me in the studio is
Dorcas Chia, and it is a beautiful morning to break the day with you here on Good Morning Africa, that program that brings to you trending issues that are happening in our society. And I'm very happy this particular day, looking very elegant with my co-host here. Confidence, is good to see you.
Same here. Good morning.
Yes, hope you had a great night.
Of course I did. With the rainy season, the weather's so cold, chilling. In fact, I felt like not waking up this morning. But then I must come to work.
Talking about the rains, I have to say that the rains are really angry. It's like the clouds are angry. I don't want to say God is angry with us because
of July.
every day,
back to back,
back to back. If you don't carry an umbrella out during this period, you're on your own. Yeah.
And I really love rainy season compared to heat season.
But
even if the rain will beat me, I rather dance in the rain.
You rather dance in the rain?
Than be sweating profusely.
Wow.
It makes me uncomfortable.
Wow. Just pray you're not in a position where you forgot your umbrella at home.
Right.
And you have to get home. Then you understand that you don't like this.
I must say I've been lucky these days. The rain normally falls probably when I'm at home or when I'm in the office.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky these days.
Oh, right. Okay, so coming to today's topic, what do we have on our radar this particular
technological trends in the real estate, the housing sector.
Yeah.
What are these technological appliances that are trending? These days we're beginning to have smart houses where people don't need to stress themselves when it comes to their door lock. Just to open their door, they can just impute their fingerprints or
see
their
some
facial recognition and all that. So I think it's really helpful these days. But then it is for those that can afford it, the rich. Those at average status.
We are rich in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen to that.
Anytime I see houses like this, I always tell myself, God, I'm rich in Jesus, because I'm like, wow.
Those that don't have two heads.
Yeah, Abi. But talking about it, it's a very good development. I like the fact that the real estate is evolving.
That's true.
Things that are happening there are changing. We are beginning to see a different dimension of things, and it's just really, really nice.
The power of AI.
Yes, but the question remains, is it affordable for the common man?
Okay.
Or just like you say, it's just for those, the bourgeoisies, who can afford this. So what about the common man that is in the society, the man that is an average income earner?
But then I think it's a matter of choice, right? It's not like anyone is imposing smart houses on anyone. If it's something that you can afford, if it's within your affordability, you go for it.
Yeah.
You get, so it's not mandatory, it's not compulsory that you must own a smart house.
Yeah.
But then if you can, it's easy from so many burdens, especially when it comes to insecurity. You get, so it all depends on your decision, your choice, or your capacity to afford such.
All right, okay.
We'll move to the next segment, which is the I Can Make It, so that we can have a charge for this week as we commence the week with full vibes, positivity, and all that. And when we come back, our guest will be joining us in the studio to shed lights on this technological trends in real estate and the housing sector. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere.
A very warm, sunshiny, promising, excellent, delicious, confident good morning to all our viewers out there. I trust you all slept well, and I'm here again to talk to you about something that's very, very precious. And I want to talk about value. VALUE, value. Now, just walk along with me for a second, right? Let's say a bottle of water costs 200 naira in the market. And you go to a hotel and the cost is 500 naira. And probably go to the airport and it's probably 700 naira. Now, you would wonder, it's the same content, it's the same size, But why the difference in price? You know what? It is the value that has been placed on that environment over time that has given it that stamp of approval to place such amount of value on its products or content, as it were. Now, let's bring that closer to home, okay? You, as a human being, full of versatility, full of ideas, full of so much beauty and worth. Just imagine how much value you place on yourself. And guess what? There's no price tag to that. It is priceless. So if you place a certain amount of value on yourself within your given geographical location, within your environment, within your immediate space, that is how much people around you will value you. So, whatever you put in is what you're going to give out. After all, there's a computer terminology, garbage in, garbage out, GIGO. And if you spend your time putting in what matters, when you meet other people, you're networking or chit-chatting with friends or family or strangers, it won't take long before they know where to place you, okay? Because the average human being knows what to say, knows when to say what he or she says. And trust me, as human beings, we're probably 70-80% intentional about what we say, what we do. If you actually place value on value, if you place worth on worth, you'll tread the path of making yourself a better person. Remember what I said about the water bottle? Still the same size, still the same content, but the price goes higher and higher depending on where the bottle is placed or sold. So when the time comes for you to display yourself, probably in front of an audience, in front of a committee, in front of a program, wherever that is, people sitting and watching and listening to you, what is that value they're going to place on you? It is vital, it is important that we take our time to groom ourselves so that we can have a long-lasting impression that is valuable, that matters in the long run. We need to build ourselves. We need to surround ourselves with things and people that matter. Because in the long run, you matter. I matter. In the long run, people desire value around them. There are a lot of people walking around clueless. They don't know what to make of themselves. But here you are taking out time to pour into yourself, taking out time to better yourself, taking out time to place value on yourself. Priceless value. It could come with a price tag sometimes. Before you misunderstand, this is what I mean. For instance, if you're a public speaker, if you're a master of ceremony, definitely you need to be paid for the job. Okay? So, it depends on how much you prepare yourself. That could also determine the negotiation brought to the table. I just want to encourage us. What time do you spend? What amount of time do you spend in putting into yourself things that really count and things that really matter? so that at the end of the day, you showcase yourself and people are like, wow, no wonder he isolated himself for so long. No wonder she isolated herself for so long. Because if you want to place value and worth on yourself, you need to be willing to take out time and set yourself apart to build your inner man, to build yourself. And that way, people will be willing to identify with you. What are you going to do with this piece of information given to you this morning? I just want to say, place value on yourself. You can never regret it. Until next time, keep on winning. Bye.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.
Hello and welcome back. This is still Good Morning Africa here on Housing TV Africa. And this morning we are going to be looking at technological trends in the real estate sector. And before we delve in and begin the discussion with our guest who is already seated, let's just take a look on this particular issue and see what it's all about. We say the real estate industry is undergoing a transformative shift driven by rapid advancements in technology. With the introduction of artificial intelligence in the industry, it has enabled more accurate property valuation, risk assessment, and predictive market insights, giving investors and agents a competitive edge. From 3D printed homes to cloud-based property management systems, the future of real estate lies in innovation that enhances efficiency, reduces cost, and prioritizes customer convenience. As these technologies become mainstream, professionals who adapt quickly will lead the next era of real estate success. To throw more light on this topic is Olorunniyi Bukummi Samuel, who is the MD of Bunklets Asset Limited. It's good to have you in the studio this
Thank you for having me.
Good morning, Bunklets.
Good morning.
I will call you with your brand name.
Good morning, Confidence.
Yes, I like the name Bunklets. Yes,
it's his brand name.
It's
not
his
his
brand
name.
name.
Okay.
You're welcome to the program.
Thank you
Good
for
to
having
have
me.
you join us on Good Morning Africa. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's just delve in straight without wasting much time. Today, just like the topic says, we are looking at technological trends in the real estate sector, more of technological advancement. And I want you to give us your evaluation, let's say from 20 years ago to now. How would you say the real estate sector or the housing sector has transformed over the years, and also in the aspect of technology, the ways technology has helped to transform it and the role it has played?
Okay, to start, I would even like to break those concepts.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about technology, we're talking about those innovative gadgets, systems, set of systems that has been manufactured scientifically to help make things faster and easier and also cost effective. And when we talk about real estate, many people, like a layman, somebody on the road, will just say, that's an estate over there. But actually, that is not an estate. An estate refers to, literally, it refers to a whole property that is being owned by a person, be it car, be it jewelry, be it house.
Really?
Yes, that is an estate.
Okay.
It actually,
themselves.
yeah.
So
Yes,
it goes
it
beyond
is.
No,
structure.
no. I'm getting to something.
Okay.
So now that is an estate.
Okay.
Your property, what you have, your asset,
Right.
that's your estate. But now when we talk about real estate is an estate, part of that estate that cannot be cut away, it cannot be stolen.
Okay.
Now your jewelry can be stolen, it is not a real estate.
Wow. Okay.
Your cars can be stolen, can be cut away, it is not real estate. Anything that can leave this system, someone can steal it here. It is your property, it is your estate, but it is not real. But you see land and houses, they move nowhere.
Yeah. Okay. They're static.
Yeah, they are static, and that is why it is real.
Okay.
If you leave this land here, come back in the next 100 years, it will be here.
Still there. Okay.
You understand? That is why it is real estate. And now you can see that real estate is very vital, that from micro level, which is the individual, you and I trying to buy a house, have an accommodation, to national level. You see countries fighting over territory. What are they fighting for? Land. That is to tell you that land is very vital.
Compared to other estates.
Yes, because after God created light, what did he create? Land.
That's
That was when real estate started. Now, when you now look at how to integrate technology into real estate,
okay.
that is how to make things easier,
Of course.
faster, cheaper, and cost effective. Now, in the last 20 years, like you said, if you, without the internet, without the phone and all of that to like show you an apartment or a house or a land in Abuja, and you are staying in Lagos State, and you want to move down to Abuja just to get an accommodation, what would you do? You have to travel down.
Yeah.
To go and look at it.
Now the risk on the road is there. Your expenses is there.
And what if it's not true?
What if it is not true?
Scam.
Now with real estate, with technology in the real estate sector, with just your gadget, your phone, I can just video cover a particular property, send it to you in Lagos State. You see it. If you like it, that is when you will come.
Okay.
So that is when you will come, and you would get whatever you want, actually. But without this, you would spend more time on the road,
Of course.
and you're even going to you're risking kidnap, because you can be kidnapped on the road and you pay ransom.
Insecurity.
How much is the land you're coming to buy?
Exactly.
So with real estate, we can see that a lot of things are actually changed. Things have become cheaper. And again, when you look at land title, like in Lagos State now, they've integrated blockchain technology into their the way they issue out titles.
And what does that entail?
Now, blockchain technology is actually a new program that helps to like identify genuinity of land.
Okay.
I'm talking about the real estate sector because we have that in the cryptocurrency world. We're not talking about cryptocurrency. Now we're talking about real estate.
Yeah.
Now, prior to this time, you will see some people having like 10 people having the same title, holding the same title to a particular land, fighting over it. You will know the genuine owner. But with this technology, you cannot forge it.
Okay.
Even if you forge it, once they impute the data, it will bring out your name. It will bring out the original owner of the land. So this is how technology has helped to know how things are. Okay, let me give you another instance. If you are to buy a land in Abuja and you do not go to Aegis to verify, you know you're just buying a black market in which before you know it, you can be building a house for somebody else.
Okay, so can you say Aegis is a form of blockchain?
No, Aegis is actually a parastatal of government,
yes.
Abuja Geographical Information System, where they give you exact location, title, and every information about a particular land you're about to buy. They're just like a parastatal managing the land in Abuja, but they tell you how genuine a land is. And how do they tell that? Through the technology they brought into their system.
Okay. All right, Bukummi, you've highlighted the positive impact of technology in the real estate sector. How about the negative ways, negative impacts these technological trends have impacted the real estate sector?
When we talk about the negative impact of technology in the real estate sector, I wouldn't say technology itself has a negative impact in the real estate sector. Rather, I would say the people using technology in the real estate sector are the ones misusing technology.
Okay.
Now, take for instance, it is whatever you program into a system that a system will display and bring out for you.
Okay.
Right? Now, if I should capture a particular property and I give you a wrong address, a wrong information about that property, what do you think will happen? You're going to get a wrong information. Is it the fault of the technology or
No, the
myself?
user, yeah.
You understand? Although technology has its own glitches, but that doesn't mean it is technology that will generate whatever it brings out, it displays. It is you, the user. So it is whatever you put in that it displays, that it brings out for you.
All right. Okay. Still on information in the real estate, let's talk about ways in which artificial intelligence is influencing real estate investment decisions when it comes to people investing into real estate. How has artificial intelligence helped to influence their decisions?
Okay, with the integration of artificial intelligence in the real estate sector, you would see that a lot of things have changed. The way we price, the way we locate areas of value. When I say areas of value, I'm talking about areas whereby you know that your ROI, return on investment, will be higher in fewer years of investment. Now, with the integration of artificial intelligence in some platforms, like we have Bunklets.com.ng, we have Property Pro, and some others, this thing, they analyze areas where people actually want to buy land. Now, if you want to buy a land or you want to buy a house, you just go there, you search for. While searching for, the artificial intelligence that has been integrated in that platform, it takes those data, analyze them. Now, it tells you people actually want this area more than others. Meanwhile, in the past years, where artificial intelligence has not really been integrated into real estate, we only use idea. It's just like, okay, people are staying in Metama, I want to go to Metama. What about areas of new opportunity where people are not actually looking into? Look at Karasana, that people are just moving into Karasana. Look at areas like Kuje, that people are just moving into Kuje.
Yeah.
Look at areas like Idu, all of that. Asokoro extension. These are areas that people don't look into before. Now, if you should look at the rate of land there,
The price is exorbitant.
in the last how many years? Let's say in the last 10 years, how much are they selling land in those areas?
Very cheap, very affordable.
Now, if you should look at this, these are how artificial intelligence tells you, okay, this area, people are going there. Why not invest in that area? And you get your ROI in the next, like, fewer years, because people are already moving in. So you use artificial intelligence in this area to check future projects, where future projects will actually yield prices also. Now, you can't just come up with prices. How much are people pricing there? Is it 10 million? Is it 20 million? Is it 30 million? You can't just come and say 100 million when the price is just, you get. And if people are actually pricing at 100 million naira, like in Jai now, to even get a land of 100 million naira is, you need connection.
Yeah, exactly. That
You
place
get.
is now a hot cake.
Now, imagine you now putting your land at 20 million naira. You're doing yourself, you're harming yourself actually, because you're selling behind market.
That's true.
So with the help of AI, you can actually know the price value of,
Market survey.
yes, you can do your market survey and know the price value, and before you know it, you are in tune.
And I think what most people are doing these days is that they go to these rural areas, acquire landed properties, and in the next 5 or 10 years, the amount they resell these lands, they double the amount they bought it. I think that's what people are doing now.
Sure.
All right, let's talk about accessibility and competitiveness now in the real estate. These technological trends, are they making real estate more accessible or just more competitive?
Yeah. I don't know what you mean by competitive, but if it is accessible, yes. Now, when we talk about accessibility, like I said earlier, if you're in Lagos State and you want to come to Abuja, all you need is just your phone. Browse it, get whatever you want, and before you know it, you've gotten what you want. Even if it is a trusted brand, you can pay and come and get whatever you want. But you know, you can't trust anybody in this society because anybody can just impersonate any other person. So you have to come and see it yourself. I won't advise you to just see something then pay blindly. See it for yourself, verify the document, then buy. But aside that, it has made things accessible because even all these listing platforms where you can list your properties, people get to see it, all of that, that's actually made real estate really more accessible.
Okay.
Talking about lands, talking about houses and all of that.
Okay. All right, now let's come to the issue of affordability, and not just in the aspect of acquiring lands or even houses. Let's look at also the aspect of building materials and the accessories that are used to, you know, furnish the homes and everything. These days we're having things like smart homes.
Yeah.
Yes, and I want you to talk about the accessibility, because yes, as much as AI has come to, technology has come to improve things, make things much better. Let's talk about the fact that with the introduction of AI and even artificial intelligence and maybe more technological tools that are more better now in the construction of a home and everything, do you think at this moment houses are much more affordable for even the common man, even the average income earner? Because you go to a place where you see the door has a fingerprint, or you need to use your voice, or they're using things like Siri and everything. Is it something that, you know, or it's just limiting it to a certain class of people?
Oh, you see, that question is a very good question, and I actually love it. My boss, I worked with him some time ago, so I call him my boss, even though I'm no longer working under him. So he's still my boss forever, because I learned a lot from him.
Yeah.
Mr. Adeleke Adefala, he used to say something. He said, nothing is too expensive. You just can't afford it. So affordability is relative. You get? Now, there are some areas, especially if you look at Abuja, the amount of house, the amount you pay for a house in Gwagwalada is quite different from what you pay in Metama. The difference is clear.
Yeah. It's true.
And now people staying in Metama, they will tell you, yeah, the house is affordable, they are paying millions. They'll say it's still affordable, because they have the means to pay for it. And people staying in Gwagwalada, they can't afford it, they'll tell you it's too expensive. And the issue of smart homes, smart homes have actually come to help to ease us of stress, to give us comfort, the luxury we deserve as human.
Okay.
But you see, when you can't afford something, because you know how the country is. Nigeria is a third world country, it's a very poor country. Although we have our mineral resources, we are rich naturally, but economically we are very poor.
Okay.
Now, when you look at a minimum wage earner getting 70,000 naira per month, you can even buy a bag of rice. How do you expect the person to feed himself, feed his family, go to work, pay transportation? How high transportation is? School fees is there, a lot of things. But when you look at it, you compare it with affording a smart home. You know this is not for you for now. There will be a time whereby you'll be able to afford it. Because if you look at it, the people using cars today, in the last 10, 20 years, they might not be able to afford it. But things are actually coming down. We are just hoping for the best. But if it is for a particular set of people, for now, I will tell you, if you can't afford it, because if you want all those comfort, they cost. They cost a fortune.
Nothing good comes easy.
Nothing good comes easy. So for you to get them, for you to have access to smart homes, you must be. So I will tell you, for now, it is for a particular set of people. I wouldn't lie to you.
Yeah.
But if you can afford it, get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because let's aim towards that.
Let's. And what did I say at the beginning of the program? We're rich in Jesus' name.
Amen. All right, let's talk about the relevance of real estate agents. Now, with virtual tours and online listings, which has become the order of the day, it's beginning to become the norm. Okay, so are real estate agents becoming less relevant or more important than ever?
You see that question? She mentioned something when she was saying something about the introduction. She mentioned one concept: adaptability.
Okay.
You see, if you can adapt to a system, you'll become you'll be irrelevant.
Okay.
You see, these tools are made for us to use. The same way God created the world for you to use everything in it. So human beings are also creating tools for us to use.
Okay.
Your phone was manufactured, it was created by somebody. And what do? You use it to text message, to call somebody, right? Now, if you use that same phone to get a video of a house, use it to market a house or a land or whatever landed property it is. It is not bad. You see, most agents, especially the old takers,
Yeah.
those who have been there, they'll tell you we've been in this industry for 20 years, this is how we run it. They are not really after having the main bar.
Okay.
They are just after having that small
Change.
The thing is, when you tell them, sir, I need a particular apartment for so and so, I need a particular land I want to build and buy. They say, yeah, come for inspection.
Okay.
They're only after your 10,000 or 15,000 for inspection fee. They will show you something that they know they cannot even give to their own child. But because you've left your home and you know there is an agreement that you must pay inspection fee,
Okay.
that's what they're after. You tell them, no, can you just send the house to me? Let me see it. And, you know, if I like it, I will come. Because they need that your 10,000 naira, they need your 15,000 naira. They won't send it to you. They'll say, if you want to see it, come on.
Come and see it physically.
But people who actually adapt, what do I do as a person if I am wise? Even if I don't have this thing, I can contact, hey, so company, so company. Do you have so and so? Do you have so and so? If they say, yeah, we have it, send it to me, send it to the place. It is only when the person likes it that the person will come.
Okay.
Even with that, you don't need their. At the end of the day, you get your major, you understand? So that is how it is. It has actually come to help. Now you're saving yourself the stress of even moving out yourself as a realtor.
Okay.
You're saving you can go out and have an accident on the road.
That's true.
Just because of your 10K.
And this is something you can do from the comfort of your home. Yeah. Okay.
You don't have to go there yourself to go and check for the land or sir, drop the Google pin. You get it has made it easier for you.
Yeah.
So technology has actually come to help realtors, to help real estate agents, to help real estate developers. So it is those who adapt that gets the benefit.
Okay.
So
So you just need to learn how to use these technologies, okay?
Okay. Yeah. So let's come to the area of the engineers, the architectures. Let's talk because they are also part of the real estate and housing sector. When it comes to, let's look at how technology has advanced in that area, especially for the architectures. It's is designing a home different from what we used to know now that technology has evolved and has come into place.
okay, in the area of architectural design and all of that, we have what we call augmented reality. Unlike before, you just draw, you use your paper and ruler to draw a plan, then send it. As a person, I don't know this thing. I'm not into building. So how am I supposed to know? But with 3D designs, with augmented reality, you can design a house with just your system, your computer, then send it to the person. The person will see everything. You've not built it yet.
Okay.
It's like an off-plan project. You've not built it yet, but the person has already seen everything. You get. So this will give them more. It will make them interested in whatever you're doing because they feel we already know what we are going to have.
Okay.
Unlike the blind, okay, you said it's going to be like this, you said it's going to be like this. Why isn't it like this? But you've showed me what I want. So why won't I get it? So if I like the design, I pay for it. Invest in your work, and before you know it, it has also made it easier for architects, for builders, engineers. They are on site. They already know what they want. Okay, this is the color. From those designs, I don't know if you've seen those 3D designs. You see, if it is color white, it's color white. If it is color, you already know what you're looking for. That has been built already, technologically. It's just for you to erect it in person.
I'm really impressed with the whole technology
Right.
at this moment.
But then these smart homes, do they really add value or are they just expensive gadgets to, the wealthy, the bourgeoisies in the society?
You know that bourgeoisie.
Yes, now.
You see, it's actually add value.
Okay. In what way? Go trace.
Okay. Now, you as a person, let me give you an instance. If you see a house with asbestos and you see a house with POP, what would you go for?
You already know the answer to that.
POP, right? Now imagine you entering into a house and you just, if the name of the AI in that particular apartment is, let's say, Sonia. Hey, Sonia, switch on the light.
Wow.
Then the light, let there be light, and there was light. You will say, Sonia.
I'm expecting a guest.
You understand? So, Sonia, open the window.
Okay.
Sonia, do this and do that.
Play music.
Play music. You'll be in your bed, and Sonia is doing everything for you.
Yeah.
That is comfort, luxury. We deserve it.
Yes.
So
After working the whole day, deserve it.
we deserve it now. So if you look at the smart homes, are not just expensive shit. Sorry for using that word.
Okay.
They are actually here to help us get comfort and luxury we deserve, that we miss in the Garden of Eden. So we need to get it now.
Okay, right. We have mentioned a few ways that maybe technology has really come into place in the housing and real estate sector. I just want you to throw more light on other aspects that we may not be very much affordable. And there's one that has been on my mind for a while. We call it PropTech. Maybe you could shed light on it, what it's all about, and maybe other aspects that technology has taken place in the real estate sector.
Talking about PropTech is just, a terminology. It is very easy. Gigi, you see Bunklets.com.ng, you see Property Pro. Those are PropTech. Those are areas where platforms where you go to just search for apartments, lands you need, and all of that, and you get it.
Okay.
And when you talk about areas that are more expensive and cheaper, the thing is, you have to cut your quote according to your size. If you know that you can afford a house or a living in Asokoro, in Metama, and all of that, all those bourgeoisie area, like you said, why go there? If you want to just go and suffocate yourself, that's like hanging yourself without using a rope. You can stay in satellite towns. Like the lead theory of migration, it tells you they move slowly before you get to your destination.
Okay.
You left the rural area, but you know your destination is over there. You won't go there first. You settle somewhere around there. Now you know that life is still easier before you now move to where you want to. You work hard, then you get there. We all get there by God's grace.
All right, so thank you very much so far for the discussion, but for now let's just take a quick breather, and when we return we'll look at other aspects concerning these topics and maybe even the challenges that are being faced, that real estate experts face in the course of adapting to this technology. Stay tuned, and when we're back, Good Morning Africa will continue.
Get credible and authentic housing news at your fingertips by downloading the Housing TV mobile app. You can also join the African International Housing Show live from across the globe through the Housing TV mobile app. The mobile app features live streaming and trending housing news. You can locate the AIHS venue via the app, network with AIHS seasoned speakers, and live chat with exhibitors. You can also order house or building materials at AIHS via this app. Download the Housing TV mobile app now from the App Store and Google Play Store. And don't forget to click on the notification button. Available for both iOS and Android users. Housing TV is also on Star Times, channel 149 decoder.
Welcome back, esteemed viewers. You are still watching Good Morning Africa, and the topic for today's discussion is still technological trends in the real estate sector. Now, Bukummi, how has the rise of real estate apps and AI tools changed the trust dynamic between agents, buyers, and sellers? Trust issues.
Okay, the area of trust is a very, very important area.
That's true.
Because in every business, any business that is not built on trust, we actually with that. It won't grow.
Yeah.
So now, when you talk about real estate and technology building trust, like how does technology build trust in real estate sector? Like I said earlier, viewing properties alone, sending Google pin. These are things that okay, it's like this person is actually saying the right thing. Just that in this particular era, like in this contemporary era, there are a lot of kidnappers out there pretending to be a real estate agent. They will give you a location, and before you know it, you're gone.
That's true.
There are even some buyers. They will tell you they are buyers. They want to invest. You tell them, okay, this and this. They will tell you, I'll come to the place. Before you know, you as a real estate agent, you've been kidnapped already.
Okay.
So is it trust is something that you have to establish individually between you and the person. The technology is just coming to harness things, because if I want to do something, and you're telling me to come to so place to come and get something you're selling.
Okay.
So how do I get to that place, which I don't know, and I will trust you that okay, you won't kidnap me or do something else? It is, but okay, what is the nearest landmark? With the help of technology, you can locate nearest landmark. You can locate, okay, which area will lead to which area. Your Google map is there to help you with all of this. Again, technology helps to build trust in the sense that, like I said, viewing of properties, you've seen what you're coming to get. So when you get there, you know this is what I came for. So that is building trust. Again, when you look at the issue of blockchain technology, like I mentioned earlier, title. If you want to verify land title, you told me this land is so. Okay, let's go to Aegis. They use their own technology. They check, is it true? Is it verifiable? If it is, trust has been established.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to transaction, because of those days when you use cash, you don't use cash anymore. Everything is now digital. You can see how technology has actually helped to build trust, and even in the area of the developers themselves, you can't launder money through them. EFCC is watching. You understand? How? Through technology. So when you pay to my corporate account, to my company's corporate account, EFCC is watching.
Okay.
How did this money come in? This and that. So I can't use your money and run away, because I am supposed to be responsible, and I will be held responsible for whatever I use it for. So these are the ways really technology has come to exert trust in the real estate business.
Okay. Okay, right now, I know earlier on you spoke of the fact that then those days, if you want to market your business, you just be like, okay, let's go to Mitama to go and meet people to, tell them about what we are selling as realtors and everything. But we've talked about how technology has made it accessible for people to be able to, reach out to realtors. But let's talk about the aspect of you people, because as much as yes, people are getting to know you in one way or the other, you still try to reach out to people. So let's just talk about those ways in which you reach out to potential investors, potential buyers, or people that will come to acquire this land. And also, I want you to talk about the challenges real estate firms face when adopting to new technologies and their systems and everything.
Okay, like you mentioned earlier, you said how real estate agents or brokers, how they reach out to their clients. So if you should look at this, to promoted ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, and all of that, you see all these real estate flyers, all these real estate advertisement online. This is how technology has also helped realtors and developers to get their market across to people who actually want it. You get? But in the area of the challenges, when you talk about challenges that they face, the thing is cost of data alone. Okay, let me give you an instance. There are so many realtors out there that cannot even sub for themselves. because of cost of data. do you know? They can't even reach out to their loved ones. Not talk about marketing their product. You can see the cost of doing things has actually gone up, and that, you know, that's not for the real estate to talk about. It's for the government to do something about it. You see NCC sending something to you every time that do not. If you see anybody trying to destroy all those communication properties, you should report to them. Why? Because they know that what they are doing is actually not good. The cost of data is high, so it affects real estate industry. You will tell a realtor, send me to property data, I don't have data.
As well as poor network also.
You can see that is for the, I'm talking for the those who are down there. You know, fingers are not equal. There are people at the top that they don't mind. You get their money. You get. If you need something from me, I'll actually get it across to you. I know this is business, but there are some people at it, and you know what? It is the micro and small businesses that drive the economy.
Wow.
Yeah, they are the one that drive the economy. If they are down there, how do you want them to? So that is number one. Number two is that some don't even have opportunity to list their properties on free platforms. You see, most platforms they get paid. You have to pay them before you can list. But we still have some platforms which they don't know. That is ignorance. I would say ignorance is one of the challenges. They don't know that you have some platforms whereby you can easily reach your potential customers without you even trying to beat around the bush or run a tasketa. Try to pay more than you can afford. See, we have bunklets.com.ng, we have GG, we have Facebook, we have a lot of marketplaces where you can actually list your property without paying. So ignorance again is a problem for them. And aside ignorance, we have issue of negligence. Some of them, they don't really want to. You know, they are used to, like I mentioned earlier, they are these old takers. They are just backward. They don't want to. They don't want to move with the trend. They don't want to follow the tide. So these are some of the things that are actually affecting the integration, proper integration of technology in the real estate sector.
All right, let's talk about efficiency. Has this technological appliances made housing more affordable through efficiency, or has it driven prices up by favoring investors and developers financially?
That's a critical question. You see, you just want me to shoot myself in the leg. The thing is, if you're talking about affordability, like I said, affordability is relative. But when you're talking about availability, it has actually made it available. You can see it is there, but can you afford it? That is left to your pocket. So the issue of affordability, fine, it is left to you as a person. But availability is there. And when you talk about efficiency, yeah, it has actually made, technology has actually made the real estate sector more efficient than before. Because the way we list properties right now, list lands and all of that, it wasn't like that before. You as a potential landowner or property owner, you get to see ranges of houses, ranges of land. You have access to them already online. What you just have to do is view it. Do I like this location? Do I like this price? Then you go for what you want. So unlike before, when you have to call one person, the person will say, I don't have this, I have this. Or you even tell you, okay, I have it, come. And the person doesn't have it, then you take you around the village. In the end, what happens? You won't be able to get anything. So you get. So most of those things have been eradicated with the help of technology. So it has made it more efficient.
All right. So just one last question before you leave. We have just a few seconds. I just want you to give a word out there for people who are in the real estate business and even those who are looking to invest. concerning the whole issue of technology, what they need to know concerning it, and maybe to clear their doubts on it.
And to add to that, an advice for those finding it difficult to make use of these appliances, that's the realtors.
Yeah.
Okay. For realtors, I would say technology has come to help you get things done easier. So you just have to immerse yourself in it, understand how it is used, then use it properly for yourself to help yourself grow. It has come to stay. It is going nowhere. So the earlier you adapt, the earlier you use it, the better for you. And for those who want to invest in real estate sector, you can see we have this technology out there to help you to help you locate your homes, to help you locate your lands. You can check bunklets.com.ng. You can check some other property platforms where you can invest in, because Nigeria's real estate sector is one of the fastest growing sector in Nigeria and Africa as a whole, even all over the world. So the earlier you invest into Nigeria real estate sector, the better for you. You can be in the UK, you can be in the US, and yet you can invest in Nigerian real estate sector, make your money even without coming to Nigeria. So there are several ways of you even making money. You have you buying land and selling. You have the upland project whereby you buy land, they build it for you, you resell, or you rent it out, you use it as short let and all of that. So real estate sector is vast. So that's just a few among how you can earn in the real estate sector. And for all and sundry who actually wants to invest in real estate sector but don't have the money to, you can actually get into the real estate sector by going for those things you can afford. You know, you don't have to go to Metama before you start real estate. You can start in Gogolada, you can start in Nabaji, you can start everywhere. You can start from Nyanya, you can start from Kurudu, start from somewhere.
Yeah.
So the earlier the better, and before you know it, we are all there. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much.
Mr.
Thanks for having me.
Bukummi. We are very grateful
This
to
session
have
was
you.
really insightful.
Yes, it was really insightful for me, and you know, just showed me the easy way that I could go about this real estate thing. And I'm grateful you were here to shed more light on this. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay.
All right, viewers, this is where we end today's episode on Good Morning Africa. Before we go, I'll leave you with this. Owning a smart home shouldn't be a do-or-die affair. It should be based on your capacity, your affordability. But then if you can't afford it, please make do with what you have for now. And when the time comes, definitely you own a smart home. Many thanks for joining us on today's episode. I am Confidence Ruben.
And I am Dorcas Chia. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and download the Housing TV app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. Have a lovely day and keep watching Housing TV Africa. Bye for now.